Welcome back, guys, to a new video. In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to do a live breakdown over a few cold calls, right? So I've been getting some DMs and also a few people that I've gotten the feedback from and gotten the impression from that it's a little bit interesting to go over some calls, go over some cold calls, how to structure them, how to talk. So in this video, I'm not going to go over any specific script, nor am I going to go over any specific recommended framework, anything like that. I have videos like that already made up. But what I will do is I'm going to go through individual calls. I'm going to probably do like three or four of them. And depending on how long they each of them last, and I'm going to break down exactly what happened in that call. And you guys are going to see similarities throughout the calls. Now, main thing that I want you guys to pay attention to on these calls is one, tonality, which is 80% of a cold call, probably the most important thing. 10% what I say, and then the other 10% the similarities between the different calls, right? Because there's a few things that I want you to kind of engrave in your guys' head. That way you guys understand that this is what you guys are trying to do on a cold call and this is the goal, right? So I'm going to go through each of them with you individually. I've set this up so that you guys can hear it as well and so that I can hear it. I had a little bit of an issue doing that, but now it's all good. So I'll go through them. We'll stop in between, going over each one of them as well. Just for background, just for some quick information for you guys, this is the Setter Research Center. This is the whole like dashboard I have for my setters. Because obviously right now I manage a team of 5 to 6 people who do cold calls for me. I don't do them myself personally anymore. You can see a lot of people have access to them up here, but they literally just come in here, and this is actually the stuff that I share with them and the feedback that I give them and the training I give them. So honestly, there's a lot of value packed in here. All right. But yeah, let's go ahead and go over it and go through it and then let you guys know how it works and then leave it off at there. All right. So first one we're going to start off with is Carrie. This one is a little bit of a short call. It's like 3 minutes. I think we'll move over to this one after that, 5 minutes, and this one is a little bit longer, which is around 11 minutes, right? So we'll go faster a little bit. But let's start.
This is Carrie.
Hello, am I speaking to Gary?
This is Carrie.
Yeah, Gary, it's Tyler here. I'm just giving you a quick call as I'm working with a couple agents down in Tacoma. I just wanted to see if you're able to handle an extra 2 or 3 listings this month.
So the reason I stopped there is because there's two main things here. One, tonality, and two, obviously the name, right? So probably a lot of you noticed I say Tyler. The reason I say Tyler is because my name is Haider, and whenever I've said Haider on cold calls, all of them just say Tyler, so I end up just using that instead. Now, the second thing is the tonality. I come with a confused tone, and the reason I come with a confused tone is because one, it's a pattern interrupt, and two, they're just a lot more open to talk because I sound normal. I sound human. I'm not sounding very direct. I'm not sounding very like, hey, Carrie, we have a few listings. Are you able to take them on? No, I'm adding those ums and those ahs and those stoppers with intention so that the prospect then thinks that this person is a little bit confused. It's a natural way of talking, right? That's the way that I approach this. And you can see her response.
Uh, what kind of referral fee are you looking at? Is there a setup fee?
Yeah,
This was the main issue that I always had in real estate was referral fees, right? So just to give you guys a quick rundown, if you guys aren't familiar with the real estate niche, in real estate, these guys, they get paid commission, right? So whenever they sell a home, they only get paid once the home is sold. They don't get paid before that, nothing like that, right? Same with buying a home. So when they help a homeowner buy a new home, they only get paid after the home is bought, right? So a lot of lead companies, they do something called referral fees. And what that means is that once the lead closes, right, that's when the company gets paid as well. So let's say I gave a lead to an agent, they close the deal for 10K, I might take 10%, so I get 1K. Now, for me, that's a very risky business model because I can't guarantee these guys paying me, so I always did monthly fees. That's how I worked. So this was a really common thing that happened in cold calls, and usually most of you guys won't even face this unless you're in real estate. But that's just so that you guys know that, and this was kind of how I handled it, right?
I kind of have some questions about that. There's no setup fees initially. We don't want to take anything off the back end of your deal either. I can give you a quick overshell, nutshell, literally 30 seconds of your time. Essentially, Carrie, we've worked with around 72 agents.
See what I did there? I answered, I acknowledged the objection. I didn't go ahead and say, are you happy with the response? No, I went directly into asking a new question, right? So you kind of did that loop there. That's exactly what you need to do. So instead of going, yeah, no, we don't do any referral fees. Like, um, is that something you're looking for? Like, no, fuck that. We've already answered her, right? I know that's an objection. That's important for her. And what I said is we don't have any setup fees, which is true. We don't take any setup fees that they don't get back. We just strictly take monthly fees. And two, we don't want anything on the back end of her deal. We don't want any referral fees. So that's what I answered her on. And I directly went into explaining what we do, which is essentially the most important part, the process.
Team leads and brokers nationwide. All we do, help them close more listings. That's it. We just help them scale, grow their businesses by closing more listings. Now, that's what we specialize in. We do go ahead and find sellers, vet them and qualify them for you, set up the appointment if they're ready, willing, and able to move forward. Once that's done, Carrie, we go ahead and make sure that all you need to do is meet up with them and do what you do best and initially close them. Anyway, I called you out of the blue here. All I wanted to do is essentially just pencil in maybe a time for maybe 15, 10 minutes tomorrow, kind of go through exactly how we can do that for you, show you the evidence and stuff like that if you're open for that.
I tomorrow is not good for me. No.
You see how I directly went in from the pitch to just asking, can we sit down? Can we talk? Right? I didn't hesitate with anything else. And this is now the booking process, right? So I don't remember this call. Let's see if she has any
That
objections
will
after that.
work. Maybe. Do you have anything Friday morning?
Let me see here for you real quick. Your Pacific time as well, right?
I usually always ask this is because, and I recommend you guys do this as well before you book someone in. An issue I came across a few times was that sometimes I would schedule people in for like Eastern time because they were in an Eastern time so still like state, but then all of a sudden they would go somewhere else or they're actually reside in a different state and then they're all of a sudden Pacific time, right? And I wasn't able to set them up at the right time. So always ask this, super important. But yeah, I always did it in like a slithering kind of way. That way they didn't really notice it that I didn't really know.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Because I'm usually down in Miami, but for now, since I'm with family, we have a lot of family here. But okay, yeah. Anyways, let's see here. Friday, can you do
Not very necessarily to say that, just to kind of say something,
9
honestly.
a.m. Friday morning?
That will work.
Okay, Carrie. And obviously, since I did call you out of the blue here, I'd like to send you some information prior to that call. Do you have an email I can send that over to you? That way you can look us over before that?
That would be perfect. I was going to actually ask you if you would do that. So
Yeah.
you beat me to it. It's Kari.
hmm hmm
I know, just out of experience, I know these guys want an email, so I just said it bluntly. You can always do that, right? It's very important.
OSBO
Let me not leak her email, bro.
John L. Scott.
Uh,
Okay, so first name, last name, at
let me not leak the
I
email.
talk with, they have these underscores and ups and downs and all of that. But okay, perfect. I'll go in and send that over to you. You'd probably receive it within the next few minutes, as I just have to obviously write it out and get everything together for you. But yeah, you'll also receive the confirmation. Obviously, since I want to show you my screen, I want to show you kind of what we've done. It will be on a Google Meet, but again, you'll receive all that information through your email within the next few minutes then, Carrie.
Perfect. Thank you.
Alrighty, perfect. Talk to you 9 on Friday then. Alrighty, bye-bye.
Great. Bye.
Super easy, simple, straightforward, straight to the cut call. Not difficult at all. Very easy to handle. You guys can see it, but I want to show you a little bit more of a different example as well. So let's see Bradley here. I don't remember how this call went. I'll tell you guys. It's funny. I just for some background information, I always used to have like a tab open. So one tab with music and then one tab with or a podcast, whatever I was in the mood for. And I would cold call in the tab beside. So while I listen to music, I'm cold calling just because like it was something that kind of put my thoughts off the um actual calling.
This is Bradley.
Hey, Bradley, it's Tyler here. I know I'm kind of calling you out of the blue here. I'm actually down here in in Phoenix working with a couple of agents. I just wanted to ask if you had like room for a few more listings this month. Sorry.
Hey, Tyler, I'm so sorry I did not.
You see how I did the same approach, curiosity, a little bit of a laugh there. It sounded very natural. It sounded like I was just calling him just out of the blue, very natural tone, nothing like that. If this sounded very salesy, these guys would have hanged up like at that point.
My leads.
We're not selling any leads, no. Just like listings if you had room for them.
I appreciate that. Thank you for your time.
Reframe. He said, I'm not looking for any leads. And I said, yeah, I'm not looking to sell you any leads. It's just listings, right? Which is literally the end goal. Like the desired outcome of a real estate agent is to get listings, right? That's what I said. And then now he
You're not
said,
interested in like adding a few more listings to your business, or
No, I'm not.
okay, is that like you're pretty busy already? Is that the case, or
Yeah, Tyler, I don't work through affiliated leads or anything like that. They haven't worked out in the past, and I'm not interested. I appreciate that.
see that? What he said there was super important. And this is why it's so important to pay attention in cold calls. You can't just call to call, man. Like you can't just call and expect everybody to book in with you and just not have any problems. 50 seconds in, this guy already told me four objections. 99% of you guys and guys in general doing cold calls would have given up at the second, third objection. Like the guy said, not interested, not interested, boom, give up, right? But I did. I heard literally the fact that he said they haven't worked out in the past. Boom. That's exactly what I got to ask him. That's what I
Thank
did.
you
just
for your
because
time.
they haven't worked out in the past, though?
Yeah.
Just because something didn't work out in the past, you don't want to give it another shot, like ever again?
Okay, I'm here. I'll be willing.
You see how I made him think like, okay, that's a little bit weird. Like because just because something didn't work out in the past doesn't mean like you're not open to. And 99% of people don't do this. Like 1 minute into the call with this guy, and he's like, all right, I'm open to listening.
To hear your pitch. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know,
See?
like we come from Holly Estates. We work with around 74 key leads, agents, brokers, all the way up until now, Bradley. All we do is just focus on listings. We don't do a lot of buyers. What we do, very simply put, figure out where you want to list, if that's based on area, zip code, county, whatever you choose. Find sellers there, vet and qualify them with our own in-house sales team, so you don't have to do any of that. We would then set up the appointment with you. You would only have to go ahead and close them. Now, the thing is that if you are working with us, one, you're not obliged to stay with us for 12 months or anything like that. You're more than happy to leave if you feel like it. That's totally your choice. Now, the second thing is that you don't pay us unless you're making money with us. If you're not closing more deals, if you're not making more transactions, essentially, you're not paying us anything. And that's why we're a little bit more confident in actually delivering the results. So I want
Here's the thing. Usually I don't do this. I don't mention these guarantees or these like things that usually get the people right over the kind of like the ending stage. I don't usually mention this on these type of calls. And the reason I did it here is because he was already very hesitant. 1 minute in, and I that's how I got into actually pitching. And I know the common objection in the real estate niche is the referral fees, when do I gotta pay, and contract, like staying because these people have been burnt, number one. Number two, they've gone into contracts where they haven't paid anything in the start, and then all of a sudden they have to pay for a whole 12 months, right? Which is why I mentioned that so that that guard is already down. He's not going to ask me for that, right? I've already cleared that objection, which I know that he was going to ask either way. So I just wanted to minimize the chances of that happening.
to know if that's something you would ever look into. I know you've had bad experiences, but if you would ever look into something like that at all.
Again, the wording. I didn't say, is that something that you would try? Is that something that you want to sit down and talk about? No, is that something that you would ever look into? Like, you want to make sure that what you say here is very important because it literally changes everything. Words do make a big difference.
What do y'all charge for it?
Boom. What do y'all charge for it, right? I tried my best to handle that already before by mentioning that if you don't make money, we don't make money, which is true because I guaranteed listings. So obviously, if we worked together for 4 months and they didn't get those listings, well, I would refund them, right? So essentially, it's true, 100%. I'm not lying. But he's still asking me because I wasn't very clear on it, right? Which is another lesson for you guys.
Really just comes down to what you're looking for. Obviously, as mentioned, based on area, zip code, what type of qualifications you might be looking for. So I guess if you can let me know like what areas, I'll be able to see kind of what ballpark that lies around.
So the areas I work in is North Scott.
See how I switched it around to having him answer the questions now? Um, I'm not going to just straightly, blatantly tell him that it's a monthly fee. And the reason I'm not going to tell him that is because this guy has had bad experiences before, and most of these guys have. So if I jump on a cold call with them without them ever having any knowledge on my company, my results, what we do, I can't justify a monthly price for them. Even if I say $100 a month, well, there's going to be like, oh, well, it doesn't work for me. I paid $50 to the other company and they didn't work. Why would I pay you 100? Well, Mr. Bradley, you don't know exactly how we work. You don't know what I do in my company, right? But then again, like you can't prove them to that on the cold call. That's why on cold calls you have to be a little more discreet with it. You don't want to blatantly lie because that's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to say, yes, we only get paid 5% at closing and then tell them there's a monthly fee because that will F you up later in a sales conversation. But what you want to do is you want to move away from it and not mention anything about it, just like the way that I'm doing, right? So let's figure out, let's see what I said here.
Scale, PV, Central Phoenix, and Arcadia.
And okay. And do you have a preferred price point, Bradley, at all?
Another question.
So we're anywhere between a million all the way up to 5 million. We've got a $10 million listing right now, so
Perfect.
we're in the luxury market.
Okay, that's amazing. Because I was gonna let you know, like I have a broker. I'll send you his information as well if you want to talk with him. A broker in Manhattan, David. He manages 50 plus agents. They don't do anything under 1.5 million. And you know probably Manhattan is super competitive, but it's quite a similar market. What I'll let you know though is that we don't like when it comes to how much we get paid and when we get paid. It really just comes down to we have anything from.
See how I went from the question to the reframe again? So I go ahead and put something similar to him into like the situation, obviously, because we had that client that we were working with in Manhattan actually. So I was like, you know what? Why not mention it? It's going to lower his guard. And two, I just was like very natural about it, right? And now I'm answering his question again.
We basically all have all the bunch, right? It really just comes down to kind of what price point you work at. Again, with for example with David, their business is a little bit different, so it might not be around the same price point. Same with kind of the commission you guys get. Let's say a $3 million home, very different to a $300,000 home, right, Bradley? So I guess the reason I called as well is to see if you would be interested and potentially send you over some information. You can look us over, see that we've actually achieved the results we're talking about, look over some results, and also maybe talk with you again later this week where I can actually visually show you some stuff as well for 5, 6, 7 minutes if you're not opposed to that.
Um,
If you're not opposed to that, that is another good thing, right? And the reason I framed it like this is because what I literally said is even though this call is going to be longer, is that I want to do something that is a lot like the lowest resistance that I can, right? That is what I want to do. So essentially, what I said to him is literally, do you have time? 5, 6 minutes. Let's talk. Lowest resistance as possible as I can do. I don't remember what he said here.
what's the name of your company again?
All the estates. I'll send you some information over an email if you'd like to.
That's fine. You can do that.
Okay, perfect. What is the best email, Bradley?
And that's why I started with the email as well. So is it cool if I just send you a little bit more information? And then once you do that, all of a sudden you can go to the call. Because most of the guys and most what people would do, and this is going to help you guys a lot when it comes to booking appointments, is that they will literally go ahead and go for the appointment first. So they will, by the end of the time, by the end of the call or anything like that, they would go in and say, okay, perfect, let's sit down, right? This type of a prospect is already hesitant. What is the chance that this prospect is going to say, all right, let's sit down, right? So try to make it as much favorable for you as possible, right? That is why I always went ahead and said, perfect, let me shoot you over some information. What is an email? What is the best email, Bradley, for yourself? All right, Bradley at gmail.com. Perfect, Bradley. And Bradley, if you like this information, right? If it comes over, you see it, you read it, you like what we do, and you think, all right, you know what? I have some time to talk. When would be a good time for you for a quick 5, 6 minutes? All right, boom. That's when he's going to give you his time as well. Realistically, 90% of the time, unless you're sending some very bad emails, they're going to show up, right? Because one, you've like showed up and showed them it in a completely different way than anybody else. Also, you actually get a chance now to speak with a guy which you regardless wouldn't have gotten. So why not, you know?
Send it over to.
So it's going to be my first name, Brad.com.
Skip that.
Okay, so Bradley
Perfect.
Adworth, quite
Ooh,
easy
whoa, whoa,
for a
whoa,
better
whoa.
conversation.
Uh, honest to goodness, I'm not sure. My day is a big moving target.
See what this guy did? He went with the my day is a big moving target. I don't know when I can sit down. So even though I recommended this to you guys, this is what he said. Let's figure out how I
Yeah,
handle this.
especially if you're in
Yeah.
real estate, you probably is. I guess here's the thing, because I'm gonna send you that information. You can look it over. If you don't like it at all, Bradley, you can let me know, and I won't call you. But I want to call you because I feel like you're gonna like it, and I feel like you want to talk for maybe 5, 6 minutes. Again, like I just want to have it scheduled on my end. If you're okay with that, I'll be able to give you a call. If you can't make it, you can always let me know. Maybe
Okay,
for
that's fine.
Thursday or Friday.
See what happened there? I reframed it away from him having to sit down for a call just to let him know, like, listen, I get a little bit busy. I just want to have something penciled in on my end. If you don't want to do it, I'll call you, cancel it, let me know, shoot me a text, less resistance. But when is a good time? I can just literally call you for 5 minutes and see if you're available. 90% of the time, these guys will be available, but you want to put like you want to put the ball in their court. That way it's so easy for them just to score. Like you just want to alley hoop everything for them. Don't make it difficult. Don't make it harder than it is. This is so easy.
That's fine.
Okay, let's see. Is it better for you tomorrow or on Friday?
Um, Let's go ahead tomorrow.
Alrighty.
See?
What time? Around
He knows Friday is a little bit more busier for him, so let's do it
what time?
tomorrow.
Probably around 10:30.
See how long he thought? That's because he actually did show up, right? I didn't close him, but he did show up and I got a good conversation with him. And point is, that's how you want to do with these cold calls. I didn't mention a call. I knew he was busy. I know he was the kind of the man that I wanted to choose it. So I didn't tell him, oh, let's do 2 p.m., let's do 3 p.m. No, I didn't do any of that. I literally just said, when are you available? What day? He chose it. Increases the chance of him actually showing up, especially when his day is a quote unquote moving target, as he said.
After your Arizona time as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'll go ahead and send that over to you right now, Bradley. You'll get the information as well. Usually it is. I can change it if you don't want to, but usually it is on a Google Meet just so I can show you my screen for a quick those five
That's
six
fine.
minutes. If you can't make that,
That's
also
fine.
let me know and we'll be able to set something else up.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. I appreciate you, man. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye bye.
See how it went from not interested, nothing at all, and 4 minutes in, boom, booking the guy in, right? This guy had bad experiences. He had gone through some shit with other lead companies, but he still ended up speaking with me, right? That's the point. And obviously, the point with cold calls, and I'm being honest with you guys here, is to get people to show up, right? Get them to show up. And the only way they're going to show up is if you have a good convo with them, all right? Let's go over this last one. It's a little bit of a longer one, so I'll take it on 2x, but you guys get the gist of the tonality, how I speak, how you should go over it. Let's see how this one went as well. It's a little bit of a longer one. I'll be curious on kind of what happened in this one.
Perfect Home. This is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, it's Tyler here. I'm kind of calling you out of the blue here. I'm actually down here in Boise working with a couple of agents. I just wanted to ask if you had room for a few more listings this month, like if at all.
There's always room for more listings, but I don't have room in the budget for it.
No, that makes sense. I guess
Good. Start laughing with your guys' prospects, all right? Not just randomly, but if something like this happens, there's something to laugh about. If there's you're able to put in slam in a little bit of a joke here and there, do it, right? It's always cool. Not only for yourself to get the nerves down, but also for the
would
prospects.
that even be if it's like purely result based? Like let's say you wouldn't pay unless you actually got paid as well. Would that make sense? Or
It would. I just don't believe that exists because I've tried a few places in the past and they guarantee a certain amount and they've said the same thing, but then they're like, well, but there is a startup fee and then there is, a
yeah,
small monthly fee, but don't worry, we'll guarantee your results. And that's not the same. Like I don't get paid
yeah,
until I close a deal. So
no, totally. I guess you like ever think that there's someone out there that can actually.
You see how like, I kind of go off script. That's why I always recommend you guys to don't like religiously follow a script. Like, yes, I get it. You have your script and you have your questions that you want to ask, but just like memorize it. Memorize your intro, memorize your pitch, and memorize a bunch of questions, or like two or three of them that you know that you need to get answered. And you're good. That is the only thing that you need for cold calls. And a bunch of cojones to actually call. That's exactly what you need. Like, there's not much. Like, why you gotta make it so complicated, man? You can see here, like, I went off track. Like, usually, if this was like one of my first beginning cold calls, I would have went right into the pitch. But I started asking him questions. He said, "Oh, well, I don't believe it possible." Well, then I started asking him, "Well, do you believe there's someone out there that is able to deliver?" So let's kind of see how it pans out.
Provide, or is it like everybody's just full of shit? Excuse my language, by the way.
um, I I just don't know that I believe that it exists.
Okay, but obviously here's the thing, right? Because just to give you a quick rundown, with this, it's obviously every lead generation process is the same, right? I'm not going to lie to you either. Obviously figure out where you want to let find sellers there, vet and qualify them, send them over to you if they are vetted and qualified. But I feel like everybody can tell you that, but I don't know if there's a lot of people that can actually prove you that. I might be mistaken, but you might have kind of seen some stuff already and went through some long presentations and kind of seen how stuff works. But have you like ever seen someone actually show you live conversations and live like results of how it works? Has that ever like people have showed you that or?
Seeing live results like you showing me, hey, this client did this and this client did that, that does nothing for me.
More so as in like not the type of results as in the outcome, but actual live conversations with live people, live emails, live SMSs, live phone call recordings. Have people showed you that as well with like when they're qualifying leads, when they're sending them over and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've had services in the past, and I've had some results with them, but like I said, I just don't want to pay up front for anything that I'm not convinced that you're going to be able to perform.
Yeah, I guess convincing comes later when I'm trying to sell you. Because honestly, here I don't want to sell you anything. I don't want to convince you to buy anything.
Guys, see what I did there? Convincing comes later when I'm actually trying to sell you. Because honestly, on a cold call, I'm not trying to convince you into anything. Like, I'm literally just trying to figure out, can I help you? Are you a prospect that I'm able to work with and actually get results? Well, then I'm going to stay on that call until I book you in, right?
Because I know it's a cold approach, it's a cold call. I just want to
see if you would be ever open to the idea, right? Because if I'm on the call with you and you're totally not open to anything at all, even taking a look, then I don't want to push you into anything either, right? But I don't know, like, would you ever be open to taking a look, seeing how it works? That's kind of why I told you about those live streams, because I want to rather show you how it works instead of just talking about it. Because like the process, you already know, right? I don't need to go through that.
Well, potentially, but again, I don't want to pay for something up front that
See, here's the thing. Now he's open to potentially taking a look, but again, he's mentioned again, this is like the sixth time he's mentioned that he's not open to paying anything up front, which is fine. Like, bro, I can't expect you to pay anything up front when you're associating the value of my service and my offer based on your bad experiences, right? If you've had a bad experience with an ice cream shop once and you got a mint ice cream that was completely shit, it was bad, or you went to a fast food restaurant and you got hair in your food at a McDonald's, well, that's not like you're never going to go to McDonald's again. You will. It's just one bad experience. Or even if it happened two, three times, different places, like it's not like you never will go there again. Like you'll do it again, right? That's why it's like, Ryan, as long as the service is there, like just because you got a bad experience with the cheeseburger at McDonald's doesn't mean you're going to get a bad experience at Shake Shack, at freaking Five Guys, right? That's like burger's still gonna get better. Like like not every burger is the same. I know it's a very weird example. Maybe I'm just hungry, but you guys get the point, right? You can't expect these guys to just tell you that, oh, I'm willing to pay, especially when it's a cold call, right? If people come in from paid ads, that's a different thing. Their mentality is different. They're looking to invest. But with this guy, man, he came in from like I called him, he didn't even know. He's not problem aware like that. He's probably doing okay. Like, obviously, he's not going to do anything like that. So try pushing on the fact that the results can be there and just get them on the call, get them on a sales call.
um,
That doesn't guarantee results, or
will guarantee. I mean, you've seen Tommy Boy, right?
you what?
On Tommy Boy, it says you've seen the movie Tommy Boy, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's
I never, I still till this day, I don't know what he was talking about here. Tommy Boy, Tommy Blue, never seen it, bro. I just said, yeah, for the fuck of it, man.
a good line in there that says, um, I could guarantee, or you can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a bull's butt, but wouldn't you rather take my word for it? A guarantee doesn't matter. Like, I've had guarantees before, and they say, well, we'll keep trying until we get something.
Yeah.
But um, when it comes to getting a refund because you're not able to perform, that's where I have an issue.
That's what
Like
people
if
don't
you
kind of
set
take to the
something up,
heart.
if you set something up that said, okay, well here's your lead, now give me this money. Okay, I could do something with that, but
Okay,
not
somewhat of like a performance
give me
based.
this. Yeah, that's how I get paid, man. I don't get paid
Yeah.
unless I perform.
I guess what are you doing right now to get business though? Is it all like you do some type of stuff like
You see what happened there again? So he went into the fact that he said, like, I don't care about guarantees because even though there's a guarantee, like at the end of the day, once I'm going to get paid, and let's say you don't perform, like it's going to be a headache for me to get that refund, right? So there's no point. That's essentially what he's saying. So what I decided to do here is start going into like trying to figure out if there's some other pain, if there's something else he's tried out in the past, right? That's what I'm asking right now, like in terms of have you done anything else? Like,
generation? What is it that you do right now? Just curious, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, I lead gen. I've got
Okay.
a pretty significant database that I attempt to go through,
What is that like? All
and
online stuff, or is
I've
your
been in
own
the
database?
business for I've been in the bit what?
Is that like all online lead gen, or just like your own lead gen with like your own database and sphere?
Well, my database provides a certain amount of clients every month as well. So they're
Okay.
not all my sphere, but I've also been in the business for 13 some odd years and had a great deal of success. So I do have a pretty big sphere database as well.
Yeah. So I guess then
yes, bro, but in order to grow, you need more business. And the only way you're going to get more business is by putting yourself out there, right? You're not going to get more business by relying on your word of mouth, which already knows you, which already has worked with you, which already heard about you. You can't just keep spinning that wheel, man. You need to find more people and new people. Only way you do that is by putting yourself in front of new people and a new set of clients that don't know you, right? That would work with you. That's how you do it.
the only way you would ever consider something to add onto the business is one, only if it's referral based or like result based in terms of once you get something, you would be willing to pay. And I would assume that's probably sorry because one, you kind of not seen something work, and two, because you're a little bit busy already. Or do you like are you busy already with like the business you're already getting? I would probably assume so.
Yeah, I'm fairly busy.
Yeah.
Fairly busy. And again, with the point of just thinking that you've been on the call with me for 6 minutes here, man. Like, if you've really had a good sphere and really had a good database, you wouldn't be speaking with me for that long.
Because that makes sense, right? It would make
Imagine yourself being a real estate agent and actually having like a good service in place and a good system in place. Like if somebody called you, you would look. You're not opening it. You have an assistant, bro. You don't pick up these calls yourself at all. Like these guys clearly they're not doing as well as they're saying. So they're definitely open to it. They just don't want to be outsold, so to say.
Got on something because mainly what we do is like the marketing side of things, right? Because like if you like kind of think of the top performing realtors in your area, I guarantee you they're not only doing referral tenders to you and working the database, even though they've been in business for a long time, they probably have some type of avenue of getting some type of other leads because there's a cap on how many people you know that know people that are going to actually sell, right? In a year or in 2 years, and you can always keep building that. But I mean, if you don't attract something from the outside in terms of someone that doesn't know you prior, you're kind of going to stay in that. But I don't know what your thoughts are around that, but that's kind of who we want to work with, who we work with as well. People that want to attract a different database, a different type of clientele that they're already working with, and kind of not be bound to just the referrals and the mercy of the market to kind of be able to pay them. And that's kind of who we work with. I guess would you like look into that at all? I'll be honest with you, right? Because obviously, in nothing in life is guaranteed, right? Just as you said, well, life that's the only thing that is guaranteed, and taxes. That's like the two things I would say that are guaranteed. But like you don't know tomorrow, you can't guarantee the day after tomorrow either. So obviously everybody can promise something. That's what we do as well. But we promise you to close the deals, right? We don't promise you to get the leads essentially. And also obviously we have a full agreement with that as well. I'd be happy to show you that and walk you through that as well so you can see that. I don't know if you're like opposed to even taking a look at kind of how that would work, if you would ever do something like that, or if you're like totally against the idea at all.
Um, I,
Yeah, what I did there again, explained the process, and I even told him like, "Hey man, listen, nothing in life is guaranteed, only without like death and taxes. Like obviously those things are guaranteed. I knew that's a quote or something." And then I said to him like, literally, obviously you guys heard it, but that's exactly how I would frame it. Like just get good at talking, get good at conversating with people, and always answer people's question, right? Loop back to them.
I'd be open-minded but skeptical.
Yeah. No, you have all the right to be skeptical, right? I would be if I'm. Here's the thing, like I know you guys get called like maybe 5, 6 people every single day, right? Maybe even more than that. So I'd be skeptical as well because everybody's selling leads all of a sudden. What makes someone different? What makes you different? And why are you selling leads, right? It's like the same thing. But I just wanted to ask, I just wanted to call again. Here's nothing to pitch you on this call, nothing to pitch you on the next call either. I know you're someone that is going to prefer to do something of the pay on the back end deal, the pay on this other stuff deal. So I guess I just want to have an opportunity to show you what we do, and if you ever would consider something in the future, we'd be there for you. But I know to go with this call as well.
Okay.
Another reframe. Resistance. Getting it down. Getting it down. Getting it down. This guy was super hesitant, super skeptical. Yeah, man, listen, you have all the rights to being skeptical. I'm literally one of the 9 people calling you every single day. Like, obviously, right? If 10 people called me every single day trying to sell me leads, I would have been hella skeptical as well, especially when it comes to actually sitting down. So I appreciate you, number one, willing and being able to sit down. These guys love their egos. Like real estate people, real estate agents, they love it. So you have to kind of glaze them, quote unquote, pause, but you have to do that. But with this guy, that's exactly what I said. I like, listen, I know you have all the rights to be skeptical. I'm not trying to sell you anything, not trying to pitch you anything. I just want to have the opportunity to show you what we do so that if you would ever look into something like that, we'd be in consideration for you in the future. That's exactly what I want to do.
Do you have some time tomorrow, or like I don't know, like over the weekend?
I could potentially make some time tomorrow afternoon. How long would it take?
So the initial conversation we have tomorrow, 5, 10 minutes tops. That's usually what it takes. I guess we've been on the phone today for a little bit longer than that. But are you in time Pacific? What time zone are you in?
You don't even know who you're calling or where.
This is where I fucked up, right? So this is what I usually I do it here when I just directly say your Pacific time, right? Here I asked, and this guy was already skeptical, so I kind of effed up there. I shouldn't have done that. But I was on a roll,
You're
man.
calling?
No, I know where I'm calling. I'm in Boise as well. I'm in Boise actually right now. But the thing is that here I've spoken with a few people that go off of either Mountain Time and then some go off of Arizona time. And what happened with me once, I'll be very honest with you, I scheduled someone in for Arizona time at 9 a.m. They started up at 8, and that kind of went back to me. So I always ask just to make sure and just to be correct when it comes to the scheduling side of things.
I saved it very, very, very good because it's true. In Boise, Idaho, they follow 2 time zones, and this actually happened with one of our clients. I literally booked the guy in for Arizona time, and guy was following Mountain Time, which is 1 hour difference. Right, I booked him in for like 8. He showed up at like 9, and then I was like, "Well, bro, like I have another call at 9," and he was like, "Yeah, but you scheduled him in wrong." So obviously that was my fault. So I saved it very, very well.
I'm asking you as well.
Yeah, I'm in the same state as you, so we have the same time zone.
Okay, so we should then go because that's the thing. I called someone yesterday and they were going by Arizona.
See, he was still skeptical, which is a little bit weird when I explained it, but then I
I would
told
assume
him
you're going
again.
by Mountain Time as well, right?
Yeah, I'm going by Mountain Time. I'm not in Arizona.
Okay. No, I know you're not in Arizona, but the thing is, I know it's a little bit weird, but there were some people that I've been contact with that were following Arizona time, even though being in Boise, which is a little bit weird that you get it. But I have some time at 10 tomorrow, 10 or 11, if you can make any of those.
No, it'd have to be in the afternoon.
Afternoon, let's say 1:30. Could you do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Perfect. I guess do you have what I want to do as well? I want to send you an email with some information about us, so that you can look us over first of all that we're actually real people. If you don't like the email, even you can always let me know, and I'll be able to just like we don't have to talk tomorrow if you don't like the email and the information I send you over. But if you can let me know like the best email to send that over to,
It's Ryan dot.
I'll
Yeah,
send
I
that in like
just
the next few minutes. And you will receive that. Now tomorrow we can go and talk then.
Yep, booked him in. All right. So this is how easy it is, guys. This is literally a live breakdown of calls in the real estate niche, right? Arguably the most saturated, the hardest niche to cold call in. You're literally calling to salespeople. And I made it work, right? So if this works, if hopefully this is a lot of value for you guys, hopefully you guys get a lot of golden nuggets, so to say, from this video that you guys can kind of note down and take to your guys' own niche and feedback and see kind of how I would recommend calling, how to reframe, how to talk with people. These are live calls. This is not a script, me just going over how to do shit. This is me literally over my calls, right? Um, if there's similar videos that you guys want to see, I know this is going to be helpful for a bunch of people about like sales or even other cold call recordings, me talking with my team about their feedback or going over somebody else's calls. If you guys have any calls, if you guys want to send them over to me and me do a live like breakdown of them over a call over a video, that's totally fine as well. Let me know and I'll see what I can do. But for now, peace out, guys. Hopefully you guys got some value. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.